You now know how to create component skins and draw graphics within them using MXML. In this video, you will learn how to create a contract between a component skin and a custom component. You will also learn how to use a value set for a custom component property in the skin definition. This is the employee portal application that you completed in the last exercise. You created an application skin and you use graphic code generated by Adobe Illustrator CS4 to apply this blue background to the header area. You also applied a skin to all of the panel instances using CSS. In this video, I will show you how to extend the panel container to create a custom property that will accept different color values for implementation in the skin class. This is the main application file for the employee portal site. Currently, each content custom component, the employee of the month, the cafeteria special, and the monthly events, is surrounded by an instance of the Flex Framework Spark panel container. Remember that the panel skin is applied via the panel selector in this CSS file. The CSS file is hooked up in the main application via this style tag. Now back in the content area, I want to be able to add a custom color property to each of the panel instances. For example, I'm adding an arbitrary panel title color property to the panel container with a value of red. As you would expect, when I save the file, you will see that I receive a compile error that states that the compiler cannot find this panel title color property for the panel container. So the first step to this color dilemma is to change this Flex Framework panel container instance into a custom component that can accept this custom panel title color property. Within the Package Explorer view, I am right-clicking on the Components package and selecting New MXML Component. In the New MXML Component dialog, I am naming the component Employee Portal Panel and then clicking the Browse button next to the Based On field. Within the Based On dialog, I am typing Panel and selecting the Spark panel container component class. I'm setting the width to 287 and the height to 472. I'm clicking the Finish button to see that the new MXML component file opens in the editor view. I'm cleaning up the code a little bit and then creating a script block declaring a public variable named panel title color and data typing it to a uint class since it will be accepting a color value. I'm saving the file and returning to the main application file. Now I can simply replace the panel instances for each of the panel containers with an instance of the new Employee Portal Panel Custom Component. I am modifying the first panel instance to become an instance of the Employee Portal Panel Custom Component. I must also change the closing tag. Notice that this component is in the component's namespace. I don't need to add the namespace to the application because it already exists for other components like the Employee of the Month custom component. When I save the file, the error message goes away. I'm modifying the other two panel instances to also call the custom component. The last thing I'm going to do in this file is give each of the instances unique values for the panel title color property. The first one will have a green color, 64BC48. The second one will be the orange color, pound F05123. And the last one will be blue, 0D86B8. When I save the file and run the application, the colors have not been implemented, but I'm not receiving any errors. The next step is to modify the panel skin to use the colors that I just defined. In the skin class, I will first need to modify the host component metadata directive to make the skin contract with the custom component rather than the Flex Framework component. Now I can access the custom component property, in this case panel title color, by referencing the host component instance. Notice the lowercase h in host component. I am opening the panelskin.mxml file and then changing the host component tag to reference my new component, components.employee portal panel. Remember that the current orange header for the panel title area background is created by this path block from the Illustrator FXG file. I'm giving the solid color an ID property named header skin color and removing the hard-coded orange color. In the script comment area, I am creating a script block and then creating a private function named init title skin, which takes no arguments and has a void return type. In the function, I am referencing the header skin color ID for the solid color instance. Specifically, I am referencing its color property and setting its value to the host component dot panel title color property. Remember that the host component represents the custom component, which means that I can reference the panel title color property that is defined in that custom component. To initialize this function, I am locating the opening Spark Skin tag and adding a creation complete event and defining the init title skin method as its event handler. Now when I save the file and run the application, you can see that all of the custom panel instances reflect the colors that I defined earlier. For your next step, work through the exercise titled Creating Custom Skin Properties.